Hello, welcome back to NPC Stories. As we all know, travel between cities or locations can be kind of boring. It's no fun to run into an encounter every night, and it's also not really a whole lot of fun to just be like, you travel for 7 days. One of the ways you can make travel more interesting is by meeting NPCs along the road. Wandering NPCs can be a lot of fun because it's a great opportunity to introduce races or classes that you don't normally get to feature in a city, and each NPC has their own reason for traveling, which can be fun for your PCs to discover. Wandering NPCs are also a nice way to introduce little side plots. Depending on their intentions, they might even help, hinder, or ask for aid from your party. I have got 4 NPCs for you today from all different walks of life. Pharaohs is a gnome and a cleric, a moon seer like Ina from the Rana. He follows a goddess of light, guidance, and dreams. He served at the temple for most of his life before her worship was forbidden, replaced by a pantheon the royals thought better fit their ideals. He fled that kingdom with many of the other followers and traveled across the sea to establish a new temple in a new kingdom. That temple grew as they attracted more clerics, known as moonseers, and paladins, known as the White Guard. But 100 years ago, one of the paladins lost his way and turned against the clergy. He returned to the temple, slaughtered everyone he could find, and set fire to anything that would burn. Pharaohs escaped death by hiding himself away in a small place that only a gnome could reach, and sneaking out while the building burned down around him. The guilt of his cowardice weighed down on him, and every night he prayed for his goddess's forgiveness. After many years, he received a vision in the form of a dream of his goddess imploring him to spread her light and to save those lost to darkness. He began traveling, and from that day forward he sought to seek out the dark and corrupt and eliminate it. Recently he saved a human woman who was dying on a battlefield, and brought her into his lady's light as a new member of the White Guard. Pharaohs is an old gnome with pale gray, wispy hair, blue eyes, and dark skin. He is 3'4" and has recently walked off all of the weight that he gained while he spent time at the temple. He wears white robes with a silver sash and a silver cloak, and his holy symbol is a silver moonstone circlet. He has a short bow that he rarely uses and an animated shield that he uses often. Pharaohs is friendly to everyone he meets and is eager to spread the praise of his most magnificent luminescent lady. He takes his mission of eliminating darkness very seriously and is formal with his young paladin in training. Oriole was once a soldier for the humans in their war against the elves. She was a good soldier, but fell in the most recent battle and left for dead upon the field. As Pharaohs moved through the battlefield, leaving his lady's blessing on all of those fallen so that no necromantic energies could take hold, he stumbled upon Oriole, still clinging to life. He brought her back from the brink and nursed her to health. When she lay on death's doorstep, Oriole found that there was nothing in her life she was proud of. All she had ever done was deliver others to this same death. And so when she was recovered, she swore herself to the goddess, hoping to live a better life with this second chance. She now works and trains with Pharaohs, traveling the land to eliminate darkness. Oriole is average height, muscled, with platinum blonde hair and gray eyes. She wears silver chainmail and a silver moonstone helmet that doubles as her holy symbol. She wields a longsword and a shield in most fights, but has a longbow just in case she needs it. Oriole is more reserved than Pharaohs in her praise of their lady, but not afraid of sharing her story in an attempt to bring others into her light. She is ashamed of her past and tries extraordinarily hard to make up for those past mistakes, sometimes too hard, and she puts herself in unnecessarily risky situations. Many crickets sang is a tabaxi, which are cat people from Volo's Guide to Monsters. She inherited her people's curiosity, which led her to travel the world, seeing and collecting all she can. Her favorite thing to collect are stories, though that doesn't stop her from collecting other things that catch her eye, from berries to bracelets to cups. She has spent time amongst many cultures and people, picking up skills, habits, and mannerisms from all of them. Most recently, she spent time at a monastery. Cricket bears the markings of a Siamese cat, with mostly cream fur, a dark muzzle, ears, hands, feet, and tail. She is tall and slender and wears mismatched clothes from all of the cultures she's visited. She doesn't carry any weapons as she doesn't need them. Tabaxi have claws, and she is trained in how to use them. As a collector of stories, Cricket is eager to speak to everyone she meets. However, she has a short attention span and gets bored easily. She knows the manners and etiquettes of many cultures, but often mixes them up and never knows when to use which things. She loves collecting friends and will travel with them for a time until they bore her. Daniel Hart should sound vaguely familiar, as I mentioned him in Neris's video. However, before he fell under the sway of the big bad, he was just your average rogue for hire. He was one of many orphans in a port city and learned to steal to survive. When he was 10, he was taken under the wing of one of the emerging powers in the Thieves' Guild, and she trained him and cared for him. While he specializes in burglary, he isn't opposed to taking other jobs, but the money has to be very good. As a favorite of the guild leader, he often performs tasks for her, such as carrying messages or transporting vaguely, maybe not so legal goods. Daniel has a fairly nondescript appearance, which is probably how he caught the guild leader's eye in the first place. He is average height with a trim figure, brown eyes, and light brown hair. He wears studded black leather armor and has a magical belt that can be attuned to 2 daggers so that they can never be lost. While he has many daggers hidden about his person, his 2 favorite are enchanted with life-stealing magic. Daniel is friendly enough, but keeps his secrets close. He doesn't trust easily, but isn't very good at reading people and can be a bit gullible. Once his trust has been gained, he is unshakably loyal and will perform any task you ask of him with little question. He can be a bit of a show-off and has a tendency to make smart remarks and quips during a fight. And there are some folks you might meet on the road. As always, I hope this video was somehow helpful or inspiring to you. You can let me know by liking this video, or you can find me on Twitter at NPC Stories. If you want to see more NPCs in the future, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I will be on vacation next week, so there will be no video, so join me in 2 weeks, and we will talk about villains.